You already know the topics. If you didn't catch the earlier pre warm up introduction to what was going to come, I'm going to give it to you again. The four topics is the president elect himself. That's one of the topics. War, rumors of war. That's one of the topics. The laws that just have passed and have been overturned. That's another topic. And the last topic is the outcome of everything. Let's get into it. Once again, this is the Rose Room discussion. This podcast show is based on entertainment purposes. The views and discussions that are talked about on this show are from a theoretical, knowledgeable standpoint, meaning that everything that you hear and I'm talking about is free and on the open web. It's in the news right now. It's on all social media websites. So anything I'm saying is nothing that's hidden that you can't find anywhere else. All right, let's get to it. It's been a brief moment. I've been gone for a moment. I'm in school trying to better myself and get myself going with this situation. I'm not gonna get too much into my personal business, but yeah. Yeah. As we can see, it's a lot of stuff popping off right now all of a sudden. It's like rumors and stuff going on and chaos here and a little bit up over there. So the first thing we see that we know that we have a new president. Everything now is official because we're in, the second month of the year thus far. Um, and this month we have already seen when this man has gotten to office, he has pretty much uh wrote different type of I guess how can you state this new arrangements for this American society now. Now you see that all of a sudden gender is one gender now. There's no more different genders. In the military, they have removed the gender identity thing. Um, Everything is coming like it's like hitting like a hard, a hard wave just coming at impact and hitting the beach like a tsunami. It came in like a flood. It was just quick. Nobody wasn't even prepared for it. It was just like first day in, this man just signed all these different forms and just overthrew all the previous president elect's written you know laws. He just just threw them out into the trash. He came in with his own perspective and got to business right away. So we seeing that right now. The outcome is happening. Um, DEI, we see that's the situation right now. They're talking about a bunch of other rights that may be taken away from certain minority groups too. Also, um, which I don't know. I'm not here to get too deep into that, but like I said, this show is based on everything you can find on the worldwide internet. So it's on YouTube, it's on Instagram, it's on Facebook, it's on Twitter, it's on it's X now. It's not Twitter anymore. Um, it's on every social media platform. It's on every news outlet platform. It's everywhere. It's on the news itself. So we're seeing just all these spontaneous events happening just at one time. Um, the president seems like he's not playing around. He's really in office to do what he came to do. And as you can see, they pretty much try to put this man in prison. Now, I'm not the one to sit here and downplay anybody while they're going through their situations. Like I said, the whole time while this man was in a situation, I never took a side. I don't take sides. I'm not against anyone. I represent who I am, my color, my race. I don't try to use that as a way to I'm on my show right now. Sorry about that. But yeah, I don't use that as a way to detour people from disliking me or a way to make people like me. I'm just proud of who I am and what I am. And I believe in the most high. That's my spiritual guidance. I just stated to everybody on every show, I always tell them, hey, I don't care if you believe in this, that, or what religion you follow, as long as it makes you happy, you're not hurting anybody, harming anybody, you're not forcing it upon anybody, and you're not making anybody believe that they have to be, like you in order to have a perspective or have a lifestyle or even be able to live a normal life due to them, following that specific belief that you believe in, which we live in a country that has a freedom of belief. So everybody has their own right to who they are and what they are. You see what I mean? So I don't push anything upon anyone. I'm not a person that feels like I'm the dictator of life. I don't like people who try to dictate other people's lives. I don't like people who act like they can dictate your life because none of us are born with a silver spoon in our mouth. Some people are. Some people are born with much more intelligence. Some people are not. Some people are born stronger. Some people are not. So you have to pretty much play the cards that you are given, the ones that you are dealt. You have to play those cards and figure out the right way to win with those cards. So I don't downplay anybody, but I don't want nobody downplaying, disrespecting, and stepping to me in the wrong manner. And in this society nowadays, this is what we're doing. So, like I said, when this man was down and out, I didn't really too much come to kick it and disrespect. Like I said, we have the mindset in this society now where everybody's down and out. We kick them, but all of a sudden you see this man rise back, and now what's happening? Everybody is bowing down to this man's feet and kissing his toes and acting like they're his best friends. We're seeing celebrities who was dissing this man pretty much downplaying it and acting like they're his best friend too also. So we're seeing how easy um everything can switch up in a heartbeat. You see what I mean? Like we've seen people who were literally talking bad about this man now buddying up to this man. Like they're kissing his ass pretty much literally. We're seeing people who was anti against him coming to be his friend. So what I'm saying to you is that this society is pretty much what it is right now. And I believe this man came in and easily broke through it like a paper bag because that's what the society we live in seems to be. There's no really true code of honor anymore. There's just people who go off of popularity and whatever's popular, and then they push that narrative and that agenda, and then they run with it. And then when they run with it, they act like that's the narrative for everybody that's supposed to be a part of it. Are we supposed to all follow that? Like we don't have a mind of our own, and we don't supposed to think for ourselves, and nothing we do is irrelevant unless we're part of the group. And when people decide to do something on their own and become their own true, um, you know, the true essence of who they are, what they're supposed to be in life, people will try to stump out your flame before you, get it sparked up. And you got to fight hard to keep pushing that line. And then when you do get it, you'll see how fast people come and kiss your ass. So this is one of those type of reflections. We're seeing people are turning to big ass kissers. Um, everybody's coming like they're with the Most High. Everybody's talking about being a family and being this and that. No, it sounds great. Sounds good. Um, and now we're seeing a lot of these rights are overturned for people that are LGBTQ. We're seeing a lot of people that are of our nationality, that are Afro descent, or African American, or Afro Indigenous, or Black Americans, however you choose to, um, I guess, want to define yourself. Because I know there's multiple different groups that they put us under. You know, Negroes, Negroids. It's all these type of different little wordings. Um, but yeah, we're under attack too. Also, there's a lot of people that are from South America that are under attack because of the new laws. There's a lot of protesting going on because of the president. They state as him. Like we all know, most of these president elects are not really the ones in control. They're just the ones that are voted in to pretty much run the way that these people really want it to be ran. So you got to understand for every person that comes into office, there's a group behind them with the money. that pretty much wants these political uproars to go on and happen, and they're the ones that's really not really happy with what's going on, so they put their money behind somebody that comes in and now dictates what they want. So as you can see, his group put that money up, and they pushing a hard line. See what I mean? So this gentleman, he beat the rap. Remember, he beat the case. They had so much stuff against this man. Remember the DEA, and I think she was the DEA in Atlanta, also the same one who was going to court also for her situation because they stated that she was taking monies and she had an affair with a gentleman in the office, and they were taking trips or something like that. And then I think she won that case. And then she also tried to take him to court and do something that she was doing with the rapper, which she got off to also. Um, that was kind of strange right there. I didn't understand that. And then I guess her best friend also testified against her, stating that she did have a relationship with one of the people that she worked with in Atlanta in a DEA office. So that was a weird case, weird sh- uh, chain of events that happened that nobody really understood. I didn't really get that. But as we stand here now, um, we're seeing that this man once again he beat that case. He beat the other cases. So this man is just showing you, um, as long as you stand in there strong, keep your faith, stand on all 10 toes, um, and pretty much stay firm in life and stay strong to what you believe in. Nobody can move you. You see what I mean? For me being a male that's heterosexual, and also not being a promiscuous or not being a male that has multiple children or laying down with multiple women, having sexual intercourse and having children that I can't take care of, or just having children, period, or either just having sex with females and infecting them, running around like most of this society is doing right now. It's not looked at as being a real man no more. It's looked at as being frowned down upon. It's looked at as being like you're not real. Um, it's nothing real about going out here and having sex with 10 different women and infecting one with HIV, or having 10 different kids that you really can't take care of as a man and you barely have income to take care of yourself. I don't know what mindset that's coming from, but like I said, this society is really ass backwards at this moment, and that's why I think this gentleman came in and was able to, like I said, rip through it like a paper bag, a wet paper bag. It was a easy win. It was no type of like, to me, was nothing that can really go against that. People are saying that he cheated and all this other stuff. I don't know. I believe that they were cheating way before him. If you look at what was going on in society, the two candidates previous before him, the previous president elect, was cheating sideways so much. The son was on drugs, had big crack rocks the size of my arm. Is they wrote laws into office that put tons of black males away for each pebble of rock that they had. And you telling me his son got caught with slabs of rocks and did no jail time? And him and the same woman who was the DEA who pushed these laws and put emphasis on them, that locked up over hundreds of thousands of black males. You guys are still acting like as if they were innocent angels. So it's really hard to say. What can I say? You're telling me that this man is this and that. I don't worship the man. Like I said, I'm not a part of that group. I have a different political party, but I don't knock anybody down because I'm a opportunist, meaning I basically see an opportunity and I look into it and see what it can do for me. Okay, opportunist. I look into situations and I see what can I gain from that. I do not throw things away. I look at what I can use it for and what is the purpose of it coming to me, because I think everything happens for a reason. I think this is for a reason. I think at this time, maybe this country probably needs a reset. Maybe everybody will lose everything. I don't know. But this man is in office. Um, it's nothing that nobody can really do. It had to be ordained by something that was spiritual. Not saying he's an angel, not saying he's a demon. I'm not saying anything of this nature. I'm just saying it's something that was meant to happen because everything on this planet happens for a purpose and a reason. And the reason why you're listening to me and the reason why I'm here at this time and the reason why everything is happening at this moment is because it's already ordained to happen in time. So yeah, this is deep, man. I've never seen nothing like this before. I think he's the only second president in history to ever beat charges and to be able to come back and then be elected. This is something phenomenal. But yeah, that's my first topic. I wanted to get into that because I think that was very, very interesting. A very interesting subject that most people sometimes will try to, I guess, not shine any light on it. They don't want to look into that. They're just looking at the negative of who the person is. But I'm saying to you, this is the same thing that most of these celebrities did. Remember when he was out of office, they were talking about disrespecting the guy, talking about him, doing everything else. And then now you see when he comes back and they see he won after they all try to attack him, they all kiss his ass. So it's just letting you see these people that are doing the same thing. If this goes forth and goes further and we see stuff is happening, you're going to see them same people that's talking about this man. If he starts putting a foot to their neck, they going to start changing their whole demeanor and kiss his ass. So what I'm trying to state to you is that be for real. Be solid with what you are. Don't go with everybody else's flow. You know what I mean? Be who you are in your life. Just because somebody doesn't like somebody else, don't let them dictate who or what you should do with your life and think or how you should move. Be your own person. You're a grown ass adult out here. We're not people that are how can I sheep minded anymore. Remember, we have the worldwide internet. Like I said to you, everything I'm talking about is open right now on the web. You can look at it on YouTube. There's tons of videos on every website. There's so much stuff you can surf on the web, so much knowledge and information. You can go to Wikipedia. You can go to anything you want to. There's so many sites that gives you knowledge and detailed specific dates and events. This man also, um, the president that's in office now, he released documentations. We had a female who's not too bright. Her intelligent levels must be pretty much like somebody in, I guess, probably in fifth grade or something, because she was not able to read the specifics of the details of the article that she got. Um, it was talking about the great Dr. Martin Luther King. And remember, this man got the Civil Rights Act passed for us, and not just for us, for multiple minorities in this country. Okay. And the Voting Rights Act. Okay. So, according to this young lady, she states that this man never existed. His whole demeanor, his whole character, the whole story, everything was put together. She claims by the government, which I've never heard this before. Like I said to you, there's a lot of people out here who are, once again, they're not standing on business. They're just saying or doing anything. That's why I'm saying to you, the society nowadays is like a wet paper bag. It's easy to rip through. There's no firmness. There's no hardness. There's no real, true, like, wall, a brick. These walls are made of clay, and you can just pee on them, and a hole will pop through, and then you can stomp right through it, and it's broken. So if you're dealing with somebody like that that has a mind state that's trying to tell you about a man that's a great doctorian who also got a Nobel Peace Prize, who also, you know, was a motivator, who also brought together different cultures and races, who marched with different people's family members, icons that are in our community, and let you see that this is how they're treating his legacy. With people like this is why I believe this gentleman is now in office because most of these people are weak, and he was easily um, able to see through their bullcrap. I think it would have been any candidate that had a firm stance against the bullshit that's been going on for a long time. And we all know the bullshit that's been going on for a long time because with the previous president elect before him, we had a whole bunch of child molestation, child human trafficking. We had a whole bunch of injustice happening to people. Remember, Sonia Massey was murdered and shot while this person, the previous president elect, was in office. And we can go down the list of multiple black people that I never see no marches. I never see no groups come out that matter. I never see none of these celebrities who supposedly are civil rights and going against all this and that and the righteousness of all the people and where the fuck are they at? Nowhere. Nowhere to be seen. So I'm trying to state to you, this is why I believe this gentleman was able to rip through this whole society this easy because our society has become weak. They don't want men to work no more. Women have taken over and now call the shots over most men. Um, our society now have men that are pretty much not even strong anymore like they used to be. It shows that it's a lot going on here. Our society had multiple genders. People were confused. Our society was allowing men to dress up with their penises out with breasts to talk to little children, which confused them. Our society was allowing child predators to get out of jail early and reoffend. Our society was allowing human trafficking to go on multiple times. Our society was turning into a doping crackhead society where it's just nothing but drug addicts s- sprawled out on the streets. So it's deep, man. I'm not saying this man is something good. I'm not saying he's something bad. I'm just saying at this point in time, it's something that's kind of needed to kind of give a wake up call to maybe we can do something better. I'm not saying he's the better of the point, but I'm saying this could be a start of now finding something to be much more stronger to hold on to for the future, and we can find more men to start running the real true, sight of what we need to see in this country. Get jobs back, get things going, get everybody back to work. You know what I mean? That's what I'm hoping. Now I don't know what's going to happen. That was my first topic for the Rose Room discussion. I'm going to come back with my second topic. I'm going to leave you with another slapper real quick. And the second topic is going to be about the rumors of war. The rumors of war. This is the Rose Room discussion with your host, MLRose. All right, all right. We're back with the Rose Room discussion with MLR Rose. Yeah. So, the second topic, rumors of war. This one has everybody up, you know, at arms because we're hearing now too that the president elect himself has cut ties with certain countries. Um and rumors of war is happening, you know. And one of these countries that he cut ties with, we already have bad blood with. lightweight. Um, but at the same time, this country also was a part of a lot of stuff that was going on at the beginning of the, COVID. They were linked to this. And then on top of that, the fentanyl epidemic, the ISO epidemic, and thus far on, and he also mentioned that they were bringing bad food into this country. They was bringing fake food into the country. So if they're bringing fake food, ISO, fentanyl, brought COVID, been running scams. And remember, a lot of these groups were linked to the fraud cases. So it's really deep with that situation. And now with the trade being cut off, it's causing a lot of friction because a lot of these companies that are based here in this country get their supplies from those places and they sell them here. But what he's also stating is that some of the stuff that they're bringing here is not regulated. Like some of the stuff also I heard for children, um, plastic toys. I heard they're made with some type of chemical that can cause a child to have epilepsy and cerebral palsy, I think, or some other type of things. I said, wow. Um, and I guess it's starting to get a little bit, you know, towards the point of back and forth of the social wars, and then it's going from the social wars to the political table, then it's going from the political table to now I'm hearing it's getting even bigger because now two more countries were added into it. So three major countries that we already have been doing business with, they're getting shut down, and people are talking about rumors of war. Some people are saying that they don't want to ally with America. Some people are saying that they want to cut ties with allying with America. Some people are saying that this is going to start a war, a Cold War again, because they said if we don't do business with them, they're going to let the enemies of our enemies come into through them and creep into our country. And this is getting kind of quite, getting kind of hectic. It's getting. So, I don't know what to think. Rumors of war. They said in the last days, this is the big thing that could be happening. They said you will hear rumors of war. You know, you will see stuff happening. You will see activities going on around you. You'll hear great men of stature with disagreements. They will have problems with each other. They will be able to dictate the portions of everybody's worth and this is the mark of the beast syndrome coming in. I don't know. This is all theory. Don't quote me, boy. I didn't say ish. But this is what's going on right now. I'm just giving you the pure 100% real. And with that said, you know, I don't know what to really say to you. If this is going to be an issue, are we getting prepared for a war? You know, because like I said, everything seems to be like a wet paper bag right now. It's too much chaos in the streets. We may be prepared for a civil war before it's a world war in our own country. You see what I mean? Because we got too many sides fighting against each other, and it's too many race issues that are still lingering. Um, and on top of that, the economy is trying to bounce back from a catastrophic event. You see what I mean? The former president gave billions away. And what will happen if we go into a war with these three countries, our same allies? You see what I mean? Nobody would thought about that, huh? Well, if this creates a conflict where they end up joining forces with the people that are already don't like us. Where will we stand then? So it's really kind of getting kind of hectic out here. I know people want to party and get it all pumped and have a good time, and we in the month of love and this and that. But check this out. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be some love this year. This could be the last year of us having a good time. Period. Here. This could be the last year of peace for all we know. It's looking kind of hectic out here. The weather has been very weird. Very weird. Storming and raining like crazy. I was looking at a gentleman on YouTube. I follow him. Um, and he was showing a lot about these little small micro, I guess, I'm not debris pieces that been flying through the fog, and for some reason there's fog everywhere. But in the fog itself, it's small little pieces of debris. Like it's just all these things going on. Lights going out, um, electrical problems, uh, a lot of mass shootings, um, a lot of overdoses. A lot of people are committing suicide. But I don't know. And then we have rumors of war. We have rumors of trade problems now. We have rumors now of people protesting in the street because they don't want to leave the places that they grew up in. And they feel like it's unfair for these laws that came in and changed it. But you got to understand, like I said to you, um, a lot of these things could have been prevented a long time ago. Remember, the first previous elects, they had a chance to change the narrative. They made everybody believe that this one gentleman was the baddest thing ever, right? But the whole time they had the ball in their hand, they never changed the whole narrative and set all this up and then left it to this person. And then we just see that it's nothing more but it's just the same old thing. It's just a different hand. You know what I mean? We have the left hand, we have the right hand. One hand is painted one color, one hand is painted another color. What is the difference? They're both hands. They're just moving in a different manner with a different color on them. But they're both, one's holding a fork, one's holding a knife. Both ready to eat you, meaning they're ready to eat and devour. Um, I just don't know what to think. People are busy out here thinking about all these cars and all this stuff and dancing and getting prepared and getting ready. And I'm thinking to myself, what's going to happen if we hear about a world war? What will be your plans then? Will you know what to do then? Or will we see a mass panic like we seen during the pandemic? People at the stores fighting for soap, laundry soap, fighting for Lysol, catching fades over in the corner, squabbling up for baby wipes. What's going to be the whole situation? What's going to be the outcome of this coming? That's the last part. But I'm saying to you, the war rumors are kind of, you know, a real situation in my mind right now. Because, like I said, we see the three countries being cut off from trade. We see this is all being put out to the public. We see that this is something that can be harmful to the economy. We're seeing the freeze. We're seeing all this stuff. So if stuff get cut off, that means that there won't be jobs and some of these companies won't be able to have income. And remember what happened during the pandemic when stuff get cut off and things go out of whack. More criminal activity and violence starts to happen and more fraud. And what does it do? It shuts down a lot of things around us. So, is this what's coming with war? Is this going to be another type of war? An economic war? Is it going to be I guess, a war that's going to cause some type of backlash when it comes to our hmm, agriculture? Because remember, some of these people are farming for us. Some of our supplies do come from these places. So if agriculture becomes a problem, the food supply could be the next war. So there's multiple ways that we could be attacked through the food being cut off, through the economy being cut off. Because, like I said, some of this stuff comes from overseas that we use. Some of this technology is from overseas that we're still using to this day. Matter of fact, our damn internet is underneath the sea. So anytime if these countries make allies with another country, they can blow up the damn internet. And what's going to happen then? So this is getting really deep, man. Rumors of war. War could be coming. We don't know. I don't want to paranoid you, but I'm just saying to you, hey, this could be an actual event. And if this is an actual event happening, do you have a safety kit ready? Do you have a place to go? Do you have a pantry? Did you stack any water? Will you know how to get out of the area that you're in? Will you know where to go to? Do you know how to survive in the wilderness? Do you know how to forage for yourself? Do you know how to fish? Do you know how to shoot a gun? Have you ever skinned any type of fish or any elk or anything of that nature? Have you even grown a damn turnip in your life? Let alone have you even grown any damn weed? Are you really prepared for what's to come? Are you just going to be sitting around just waiting and just not preparing yourself? Like I said, these things should be taken very serious, man. Really serious. Because, like I said, this gentleman is not playing around. He seems to be standing on business already. He already then came in and showed you who he was. So if there's rumors of war happening, I'm pretty sure this man is ready to get that cannon and start dumping. That's the second topic of the Rose Room discussion. The next one is the laws. I'm gonna come with that one. Let me put on another slapper slumper, and I'm gonna get to it again. the Rose Room discussion with MLRose. Yeah, we just talked about the two topics. The first one, the president elect that's in office right now. We would call him Don T, because I'm not going to get into names because I'm not going to do that. And we just talked about the rumors of war that are circulating all on the internet, you know. And I want to say the Don because I see this as every president to me is a Don. They're pretty much, you know, running the whole family, and the family itself is America. And everybody fits in and plays their part. Um, what I'm going to say is the laws. Now, these laws are something, you know, they're deep because they're cutting into a lot of different aspects of social culture and minority culture itself. And some of these laws have given people a chance to be diverse and to make their incomes due to these laws that were enacted for a while. Um, with these laws being cut, is going to show some cutbacks. So it's getting deep, man. Like I said, if it all comes to shove, I'm not worried about it. You know what I mean? Because I come from the bottoms. To lose stuff to me is not nothing because I don't have a lot like that anymore. I've learned not to travel with a lot no more because it's not really worth it because I know the society can take it from you in a heartbeat. Um, and I see it happening to everybody every day, you know. So these laws, man, is deep. These laws are overturning very quick, and this gentleman is turning these laws like flap cakes. He's just flipping them over, and voila, it's cooked. You know, nobody can do anything about it. That's how everything is moving. You see what I mean? Like I said, in this society we're living in, once again, it has become so it's so easy to manipulate and move and maneuver stuff, and everybody doing any and everything that's popular and allowing anything to go on that when somebody comes in with a true full steam, ahead type of mindset, and they can see what the narrative is, they can easily come in and change and do all the stuff they want to. And like I said, we don't have that type of mindset no more. And these laws now are showing you that they're made to be broken. And I mean that literally, not in a way like a bad way, but I mean like if they've written them for a purpose to protect certain people and to do certain things, these people at these higher levels, they can change them in a heartbeat and can remove you for a purpose to do certain things too also. So they don't really stand on anything no more. So they can make a law tomorrow and say, hey, everybody that's a minority should be a slave. What will you do then? What will you do if they make a law tomorrow and say, hey, everybody in America will now work in a factory and report tomorrow? What will you do then? What will you do then tomorrow if they make another law and tell you that, hey, tomorrow, hey, all the stores in America will now be owned by the government? What will you do then? See what I mean? These laws are powerful. They can be bent, twisted, broken, rebuilt, reshaped, strengthened, rewritten. It's like they just can do what they want to do with them. It's like Tetris to them. They can fit them in any which way they want to. And then as soon as it get too tight, They can put in another one to knock that one down. And here comes another one, and another one, and another one. Doesn't stop. We're living in an uncertain time, and the law itself is what binds mankind. We go by law of the Most High, right? The law that we live by is every man wants to be fruitful, have a wife, have children, have a white picket fence, have a house, have a good car, be successful. That's the law that we all want to have, right? To be in a successful lifestyle with a wife and a child or children and have the American dream, right? And that's the law of the Most High to be fruitful and to be a man and to be able to work by the brow of your sweat, right? But we can see in this society that law has been overturned too because we see that most men are not created equal as other men based upon other men's color or what they look like or their power can dictate that man can't have something. Then we see also too the laws change because certain men may have money and they may be jealous of another man and don't want him to be successful and have the same amount of money. So they can change the laws due to their money. Then we see the laws can change due to the people being in the cults and the groups and be child molesters and rapists. It can change and dictate other laws to dictate and takes from other people. We can see these laws change on a daily basis. So that's what I'm saying to you. There's no true laws that can be taken, changed, made. They're all here to be shifted, rebuilt, restructured, repurposed for any common issue that these people decide that they want to have with anyone. And at any time, they can affect any and every last one of you. Because God forbid they make a law back to where being certain colors or nationalities can become now against the law. Now what will you do? So like I said to you, this is getting really deep. And I think it's time for people to really just start seeing it for what it really is. I know we want to have fun. I know it's good to be in good health, and I know it's good to be in good spirit. But like I said to you, this stuff is getting really deep, man. It's not a joke no more. And I'm starting to really see it for what it is, truly. And you got to call for what you see. Call it how you see it, and I see it how I'm going to call it out. You know, these laws are changing very quickly. They're changing so fast. Um, There's no power really in our structure to stop these laws. As you can see, like I said, with the laws that protected most black people from being pushed out of the economic um, part of society where they can compete with business and had backing and also will be able to get grants. Some of these laws are being overturned and taken away from us. So at any time, this person now can dictate anything he wants to. And it's just not him, like I said to you, it's the powers that be behind him. Because all these candidates that are in office, they are put there by people that have money that want them to pretty much do as they choose them to do. Because that's why they gave them the money to put them in that position for that reason. And like I just said to you, these laws can change and move around. We seen with the previous person here, we had laws that protected a whole bunch of pedophiles. This man did not get rid of them. We seen it with the previous president before that. They had laws that was helping out reform people that were pedophiles. We seen with the previous president before that. They had laws that was helping out people that were rich. We seen laws that you see what I mean? These laws are good in one way and in one way they're not. But mankind itself, we don't never really follow any laws. We just dictate them and we choose to pick the ones that we want to use to control others with that benefit us and benefit what we can get out of it. See what I mean? So, what's going to happen when they decide to change the laws that affect everybody? It may not affect you right now, but like I said, if he decides to change the law to where being a certain person or looking like a certain individual or having a certain type of gene or just having any type of different appearance can be the point of putting your ass in jail for the rest of your life, what will you do then? You won't know what to do. So, like I said, this is getting really, really hectic. It's getting creepy out here, getting spooky out here. It's getting really deep. You know, you got people who are worried about these materialistic items. I wouldn't be worried about that shit for long because if these laws change, what if they could come in and say that they don't want nobody having any more cars? Or if they say they're going to take everybody's cars away and they're going to put you on buses and ship you to work every day. That's the new law because it's going to save taxpayers' dollars. Well, if they tell you that the freeways are no longer going to be open, but only to the government for certain government vehicles due to certain things happening, and you have to be on this type of transportation, which is going to be for everybody, that can be the new law. It could be multiple laws that can come into play very quickly. So, I'm just telling you, man, the Most High created all the laws that we really need, but mankind has decided to deceive and use the laws for the ways that they want and what they need and how they perceive life should be, if that makes sense to you. And this is where we're at right now. All right. Come back with my last and final topic. That is the outcome of all of this. I'm gonna try to twist it all into one little pretzel, and yeah, give it to you like that. Yeah, man, it's deep, really deep out here. It's the Rose Room discussion. MLRose. There you go. All right, all right. Yep. There you go. All right. All right. That was a slapper slumper called Hey. Made that one way back. I got like three different versions of that. I think one is out on one of my albums. That one pretty much slapper went did pretty good. Pretty good. You know, I'm not tripping off of if I get 500 spins off of a song. I think that's something good to me. Hey, it's good to have 500 people listen to your music. Shit is better than having zero. But yeah. let's get to the last topic. That is the outcome. So we see that the president elect itself, he has came in, he has pretty much kicked down the door, waved the fofo. He laid down everybody and their mom on the damn floor. He don't give a fuck no more. Pretty much, that's what he's telling you about what you're talking about. No bullshit. Okay, we here in this ready time could be time for war, and the laws. He can flip the script at any time he want to, cause you flip the script. So when he do that, shit, it's pretty much that's it. And the outcome of that is what we're going to be seeing pretty soon. Thus far, we already seen rioting in the streets, lightweight rioting. Um, Remember when he was in office last time when we had the Matter Group, which we haven't heard from them in a while. We haven't seen the other one. Not the what's the other ones? The ones that wore the black Tifa. We haven't seen them in a moment. Um, a lot of these groups have not been. They've been kind of in the dark for a moment. So you know, we don't know if they're planning a big comeback during this time. But see, it's always during this time of hectic chaos and just you know wildness. Then we have the groups that support this gentleman, and then we have the groups that support him that are pretty much the radical groups, the racial groups. We have also seen them during this outcome protest. So, like I said, we've seen that the president elect has came in, changed a whole bunch of stuff. Um, we heard that since he's done this, people are talking about rumors of war could happen. They weren't hearing about the laws being overturned that are affecting a lot of groups, a lot of people's money, income, their chance to compete, their chance to get grants, um, and to get backing. Um, and the outcome of all this is showing that the chaotic activities that are happening right now in the streets with different groups and races and nationalities that are affected by this could cause a backlash, and we don't know what can happen from that. The outcome pretty much is what we all are going to have to deal with in the long run, because whatever affects one person within the society that we live in, due to the fact that it's a complex way that they put together this whole strategy, how this whole marketing system that we have here pretty much is put into order. Like, how can I state this? Um, if this store gets their meat supply from a company in Japan, and if our country decides to cut ties with trades with this country, and people here are working for that store, they lose their jobs, their benefits. When they lose their benefits and their jobs, they can't pay their bills. When they can't pay their bills, then that affects the owners of these properties, which they have to get these people moved out, which that affects the courts. Now the courts have to go and get these orders. Now affects this. You see what I mean? It just keeps going. It's a nonstop spiral. You see what I mean? Then it puts a burden on society. Then we have to pay for money for people to get help in this area. Then these jobs and these places, now these stores are abandoned places that nobody works at. They're just abandoned places. Now the city and county has to figure out a way what they can, forage from these places or what they can do with them. And then so forth and so on. That cuts into taxpayers' dollars and it keeps going. That's what I'm saying. Like, it affects our society. It's a complex way of their marketing here. It's really deep in this country. So the outcome could be a disastrous situation for multiple different people on different levels. And it can cause a strain on everybody because everybody will have to deal with it. And if it becomes bigger, now that you see that it's going to be multiple countries, that means that it could be multiple different groups dealing with problematic situations where they don't have any supplies or their store chains could shut down, which they could have been employing at least around probably 50 people, which those 50 people could have been taking care of elderly people, which those people and their families then have to figure out another way to get an income, which that property now gets seized by the government, which now these people don't have no place to go, which now goes into a whole different situation. So the outcome is deep. And then the laws being changed means that there won't be a lot of support for loan programs because like I said, the previous president that just left the office, he allowed so much fraud to go on unchecked. And he gave out so much funds. It depleted a lot of the funds that we would have needed for this point in moment now, if this does happen. So what will happen then? We don't know. It's looking pretty grim out here. Just thinking about it. If you really put it to your mind and really do the calculations, it's looking pretty grim out here. You got to recognize things are looking grim. All the hustlers in the house better recognize it's looking really grim out here. Because if these individuals are not able to make money that way, what do you think they're going to do next? They're going to look for people to rob. They're going to start doing more crime. That's going to bring out more National Guard. That could lock a lot of cities down. With cities locked down, that can be, excuse me, that can mean a lot of other issues within society where people in certain neighborhoods won't get any type of support from law enforcement and they can become victims. So the outcome could be very grim. Like I said, we could be looking at world war, we could be looking at civil war, we could be looking at race wars, we could be looking at economic war, we could be looking at social wars, agricultural war. We could be looking at a lot of different ways that this can be coming at us. And with this happening, with these laws being turned and twisted, who knows what could happen from any angle? We don't know. Because at any time, they can change the law and twist it and change it back. And like Tetris, stack it. And when it gets too tight, put one in there and boom, it disappears. And do it all over again. This is where we're living at right now, folks. This is the society we're going to have to deal with. And we have made it this way because now we don't know who we are, what we are, what our pronunciations are. Our kids don't know who they are. They don't know where they're going. Nobody's prepared for a war. Nobody's prepared for these laws to change. Nobody didn't know they were going to change. Nobody's not going to be prepared for it if things get really harsh to where it comes to a civil or a war. That could be World War III, could be a war of starvation, could be a war of aspects of color, could be racial. And the outcome could be pretty much fears for everybody. But remember, like I said, we had a whole time where the ball was in our hand, and all we had to do was do the right thing. Come on, you got to do the right thing. Nobody didn't want to do it. And now this gentleman came in, like I said, he came in hardcore, stomping the concrete floor. He said, "Y'all want some more?" And he said, "I'm ready to do four." put down the laws. He came in swinging, and nobody didn't know what to do because everybody was too busy, lost in space, and everybody's still in the same pace, looking for the same race, money. I guess that's the only biggest thing right now that everybody's focusing on at the moment right now. But if anything changes, what's going to happen then? What if money gets turned off? What if the internet goes out? Because remember, we have three countries now, and their trade is going to be cut off from us for a moment until negotiations go under way like they're supposed to. But if they don't go in the right way, then who's to say that these countries won't turn off the internet? They won't blow up those lines. They won't become our enemies now. They won't help out our enemies to destroy us. Who knows? We don't know how deep this rabbit hole goes, bro. It can go really deep because, like I said, they could have been making their money off us the whole time, bringing all that drugs over here. That could have been their lifeline. And now that it's cut off, just think about it. What happens to a dope fiend when his lifeline gets cuts off and he can't get no more drugs? And he really wants it and he needs it. And his drug is power and money. See what I mean? It gets really hectic out here. Getting spooky out here. Niggas that's Nino Browns pretty soon gonna be looking like Pookies out here. It's gonna get deep. I'm serious. So yeah, that's the whole outcome of everything. That's how it's gonna affect everything. It's gonna work in a circle. You may think it's not gonna affect you in the long run, but you'll see. Because the same mom and pop little place that been allowing you to come there without your ID and send money to your grandmother in a certain place where she needs it, they could be shut down. Now you got to go to the big place to go send it. And now they're going to say, hey, you got to have a government ID from these people here and a stamp on your arm and one on your damn forehead. And if you ain't got that, you ain't sending a damn thing. So now what happens? That's what I'm saying about the outcome. Because some of these small businesses and other businesses that were relying on these kickbacks and were relying on these grants and were relying on these loans, they're not going to be able to get them no more. And the places that you were able to do certain things at that gave you a leniency and didn't put the full, sheriff, police, you know, authority on you when you came around and did anything. They're doing it now. Because remember, they got a law coming out right now. So they're saying, like, if you're not a full American citizen and your paperwork is not fully correct, you're not going to be able to send money anywhere unless your documentation shows that you are 100% in the clear. And remember, we have most of the people here are from other places. So you're just looking, it's a lot of stuff that's changing. And when that happens, what's to say that the laws won't change, that they won't get fucking robots on the street like Robocop and just start shooting motherfuckers? What's to say they won't do that? Remember, they have a whole bunch of these bots ready. They say they have over, like, I think it's 4 million of them. Can you imagine that? 4 million robots that are autonomous walking around here with hands and arms that can do backflips and you can kick them down and they can flip over by the crack of their ass and flip back up. with a gun and chase you down, who's to say they won't implicate that law into the state and say it's a mass emergency? People are not listening. We have too many gangs and too many people on the street protesting. We have too much stuff going on. We need to write in a law right now to get martial law in every state. And we're going to let 1 million of these damn robots or 100,000 of them loose. Sorry about that. I said lease. Loose. Got tongue tied. Um, let them loose into an area and just start whooping ass until everybody complies. Just think about it. What's saying that's what's stopping that law from happening? We don't know. So hey, just be prepared, man. That's it. That's all I can tell you. This is the Rose Room discussion. I want to thank you if you tuned in, if you did hear me, if you are on YouTube, if you are on any other social media sites that I am streaming on. I will be posting this up. But yeah, just think about it, man. The outcome is going to be wild. And it's going to affect us for a long time. Because this is a new change of guard. And this is already, like I said, it's looking very spooky out here. It's looking creepy and scary. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to leave you with one more slapper slump. Slapper slumper. Before I leave, please believe. And this is the end of my show. I'm gonna leave you one of my fun ones right here. This is my jump off I did a while back. This is like my funk slash hippie slash guitar jump off. This is the Rose Room discussion with MLRose. Thank you. Appreciate you. Trademark Intelligent Sounds. All rights reserved. This show is based on entertainment purposes. The views discussed on this show are from a theoretical and from a knowledgeable standpoint. Viewer discretion was advised. And thank you. Appreciate you. And once again, keep your eyes, your ears, and your head on a swivel. Because everything out here is getting real.